Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sinister Skater here, and welcome to Black Ops 3 Best to Worst. Today we're going to be covering the Best to Worst multiplayer maps that was chosen by you guys. So a little announcement before we get into this. We're in the bonus episodes of Best to Worst, and I'll be doing one more official confirmed episode of Best to Worst. And the topic of the next episode is going to be chosen by what you guys want to see, and you do that by voting down below in the comments. That's what I did with this episode. On the episode 11, the camos, I asked you guys to suggest what you guys would like to see. I saw that maps were what you guys wanted to see, so that's what we're doing. And the way I'm going to be choosing the topic for the next video is off these comments, and maybe the last one too, but mostly off these comments. The frequency it pops up and the amount of likes certain comments have. I know, like, based off the last video, the second most wanted thing that people want to see was like the best to worst melee weapons, or like the cosmetic melee weapons, things like that. So that's that. Into the best to worst. So the way I rank these is I just, I went in and ranked them like what I liked, and then I kind of had like mini battles throughout my list. So like how I thought was like, if I'm in a lobby, what map would I vote over the other one based on how I liked, and then I'd move maps up and down in the list based on how those little mini matches came up, and this is the list that I finally came up with. And again, this is mostly based on my opinion. Everyone has different tastes and play styles, different game modes they play. That'll definitely affect their map thoughts, and everyone is entitled to their own opinion. So as always, feel free to share your own list or your top 5, your best and just worst map down below in the comments, and let's get into this. I'm going to say Nuketown is a DLC map, so I'm leaving that out of this, although it would be at the top if it was included. And I'm going to leave the DLC maps out of this as well, simply because I don't have them yet, because I'm on Xbox, and we could do a whole like best to worst DLC maps like 5 months from now when they're all out. So, best map in my opinion for multiplayer is Infection. I like this map. It plays really well. It's a decent size. It's not too small. It's not too big. And it's a really cool design. It's like based off that really trippy mission number 8 in the campaign, where everything's just like trippy and simulated, and you got a city that you're playing, and then there's like a town on the wall that's all flipped and there's floating things. It's really cool. I like the way it plays. It's the best map in my opinion. Number 2 on my list, although I complained about it being picked over and over and over again. Number 2 is Combine. Again, small map, kind of like Nuketown layout-wise, where everyone just kind of meets up in the middle. There's a little more room to do flanks and things like that, but this map is just really fun to play. The reason you might have, like, if you guys are returning subscribers and viewers and everything like that, I complained about Combine a lot simply because there wasn't, like, a restriction on how many times you could vote it, and that's all people would want to vote, and it got really boring after a while. But Combine is a pretty good map, number 2 on my list. At number 3, we have Stronghold, which is a larger, probably one of the largest maps in the game, no map, and I don't know, I always liked this map ever since the beta. It just clicked with me, and it kind of reminds me of a state from Modern Warfare 2 with the one house in the middle of the map that you can just run all through and about. So you get like different types of gameplay in there. You can snipe on the sides, the middle's all like, it's like a death area, and then there's like the left side that no one goes to, but you can do easily flanks there. It's a fun map. I like it, my opinion. Number 4, we have Evac. Again, this is a map that kind of just clicked with me early on. I don't know, a lot of flank routes. I love staying on the one side of the map where there's the building with like 2 different stories and a bunch of different, it's like a maze on that side. There's a bunch of different entries you can go into. I don't know, I just like it. I like it. And finally, number 5, top 5 list right here, we have Havoc, which may be a little of an oddball to be this high up for some people. I don't know, I just kind of like this map. It just reminds me of like an old school kind of Black Ops 1 map where you have, actually this kind of reminds me of it might be Radiation or something, where there was like a nuclear launch side and like this building on one side in Black Ops 1. There's like a building on one side, the middle's kind of open with little routes you can kind of go through, and then the one side is like this really tight lane, but they also opened up with this whole underwater area. It just plays really well in my opinion. You can play all sorts of game modes on there. It's never too like open where you're just running around forever and not getting any kills, but you know, I like it. Okay, let's move on. Number 6, we have Aquarium. I don't know, this map's a close quarters type map based on water, so you have the whole underwater pit, which I kind of like, playing a little bit on that side of the map with the water. You got the water on the other side of the map too, I forgot about that. But it's really maze-like and kind of tight, and it's a really close quarters situation type of map. Like you even have tight hallways, tight rooms, and I like to rush with SMGs, so it plays well with me that way. Number 7, which some people, actually a lot of people just based off community feedback and stuff, they're gonna hate this, but Metro is number 7 on my list. I don't know, people, okay, at first everyone's like, oh, I hate this map. My friends are like, I hate this map. And I kind of tagged along with that. I'm like, oh, this map sucks, I won't vote it. But I personally just have gained a liking for this map over just playing it over and over again. It's pretty small. I don't know, people might not like it because it's very, very, very symmetrical, but I kind of like that about it. You can like weave in and out of different corridors and run down, maybe get killed by a train a couple of times, but I really like it. It just plays well for me. Yeah, you just gotta be able to weave in and out of it. So that's Metro. And on the opposite hand, number 8 on my list, which would probably be higher for a lot of people, is Fringe. And my saying has always been, Fringe makes me cringe. I don't like this map at all. Well, I shouldn't say at all, but I'm not going to be picking it over the previous maps that I played. People really love this map. I don't know why. It's just like, you have the one lane on the right side of the map that's really tight with the trains, and you really can't go through that. Then you got the middle that's all open. You can like weave in and out, but you're gonna get killed, so it's kind of like you're forced to go down that way, and then you're forced to go on the left side, which has a lot of different choke points. It's just very like, doesn't allow for much movement or flanks in my opinion, and I like to do that stuff, so I don't know, I just don't like it that much. That's that. Number 9, we have Exodus, which some of you, if you're on PlayStation, might have not even known this map exists because it was out of rotation for a while. But Exodus is another kind of interesting map. It's based on buildings a lot. There's very few open areas, but again, very symmetrical map. Close quarter situations. The one thing that kind of sucks about this map is people just love to sit in the middle of the map with shotguns or SMGs and just camp out the middle building. Besides that, it plays pretty well. Number 9 on my list. Number 10, we have Hunted, which I really liked this map at the beginning, but over time, kind of stopped voting it. I don't know. It's not that it's a large map, because I really love large maps. I feel like large maps should be returned to Call of Duty more often. Because I really enjoy large maps. Like, I love Array and Black Ops 1. That thing was huge. But, I don't know, Hunted just lost its flavor to me. It just feels very mechanical, and you just, I don't know, you go to the same places over and over again, and people stay in the same spots, and I don't know, I'm just not too fond of it. Not much explaining to me because it's my opinion, and my opinion for number 11 is Breach. Breach it's supposed to be a close quarters type map, but just, I don't know, it's kind of, no one really votes it ever, and it never comes up that much, and it's just like, I don't know, it's not really around that much, and people don't talk about it. It's like not everyone's favorite, no one really hates it, but just kind of like, I don't know, it's just boring to play there, because this is boring. I don't know. Breach. The name's kind of boring. I don't know. That's all I have to say about that. And then finally, worst map in my opinion is Redwood, which is interesting because this was one of the maps they revealed later in the Black Ops 3 like news cycle, and they're talking about like, oh, we got different play styles for everyone. This map's awesome. It integrates water and wall running and all this cool stuff. But this map just kind of sucks in my opinion. I was kind of hyped up about it. Like, you know, people are like, oh, I hate Metro in the beginning. People are like, oh, I love Redwood because people like it. And then, like, my opinion had just shifted completely opposite for both those maps. Redwood, alright, it's weird. It's like, it's mainly a one-lane map, kind of, that, like, twists and turns. The middle lane kind of twists with the spawns. You just run in the middle and kind of kill people, and then the sides of the map, they kind of, like, arch out. So it's like a really weird layout. Like, the one side with the trees, you gotta run to the other side and then go along the pathway or wall run by the trees and then one back, and then you're back to the middle lane, and then the other side is like arcs out, or you can go underwater. It's just really weird, and everything's like kind of just centered on the middle of the map with the two buildings on each side of the spawn, and you just kind of like all fight in the middle. And if you go to the left side and teams already have that locked down, you're not really doing much. It just doesn't have that much movement to me, and just, I don't know, it's just, the gameplay on it is not too well. I don't enjoy it, especially since I have to rush. You can't really rush on this map because, like I said, it's just narrow. Like, you can only go these certain ways. There's no flanking in between the lanes, and that's probably why. There's no, like, mixture between the lanes. It doesn't have that. That's probably why I don't like it that much, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, worst map in my opinion. So that's my list of best to worst maps. Let me know what you guys think. Let me, comment your best map and your worst map. Give me a whole list like I did. Top 5, whatever you want to do. Share that down below in the comments. And be sure to comment what you would like to see for the final best to worst video. The topic, comment that down below, and I'll be looking at it. So that's as always, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Skater. Thanks for watching. I said that twice. That was weird. But be sure to subscribe for future Black Ops 2 content if you're not already. Like the video if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.